Good morning. Well, this is Deric LIpski. Welcome to episode 9 of the 10-part series of what sellers need to know about getting their home on the market and getting it sold. Today we're going to go over kind of a subject about for sale by owner versus using a realtor and why you would do that in this marketplace. So let's look at it for the seller side. Obviously, if you can do it yourself and get the job done, you can save yourself some good money. I mean, let's face it, 5% commission on a house, whether it's $200,000 or $1 million, it's still good money in your pocket. If it's true, if you can do it. A lot of people say to me, I'm thinking for sale by owner. And I'm like, you hear about it all the time. It's like going to Vegas. Millions of people go every year. Every now and then you hear about somebody winning a jackpot, but the vast majority of people lose money in Vegas, or else it wouldn't have been around for as long as it has. The same thing with real estate. Every once in a while you hear about somebody selling their own home themselves, but the vast majority turn to realtors, or else we wouldn't be in business as long as we have. It's a tough business in terms of getting homes sold in this marketplace. For sale by owners, are sort of limited in what they can do, but you can put the ad in the paper. With the service now, you can put an MLS, and you can put a sign in the front yard or on your van, or whatever you're going to do, and try to get a home sold. And it may work, but you have to think about the process of, what if it doesn't? What are the backfires of this whole situation? Number one, if it works, you save money. Plain and simple. That's why you do it. If what I did was free, and I talk to for sale by owners all the time, they tell me if what you did was free, I would obviously get you in here. The reason they don't get me is because they want to save the commission. That's fine. And this is hands down something that most sellers need to realize. This is the worst real estate market we've had since the 1920s. You want to go it alone? I don't know. I don't get it. But I mean, I know money's tight, so everyone's trying to do what they can do. The reality is, as the market declines, the way it's been doing, if you try to go it alone and the home doesn't sell, and you want to save the commission, and the home doesn't sell, and you go across this path where I'm keeping it here, and I'm going to keep trying, and the market keeps doing this, well, when it's time to get a realtor, it's going to be a lot harder, because he's going to come at you with a real estate number and say, hey, you've got to be here. You've lost all this money in the time frame. You could have saved 5% and paid a commission. Now you're down 10%. It doesn't make sense. And even when you have it on the market yourself, unless you're just trying to put an ad in the paper, I mean, you're spending money. You think you're going to save 5% commission, you're still got to spend money to advertise regardless. You got to get on all the websites. If you get it in MLS, you have to pay a commission. So let's say you're paying 5%, you still have to offer a buyer agent to bring in a buyer to you. You can't put a zero listing in the system. It won't let you do that. So you have to offer, say, 2.5% to 3%. So that means now you're trying to save 2 to 2.5% on your side yourself, because you're still going to pay that out on your property. Out of that 2.5% you have for yourself, you've got to look at that and go, all right, I got to pay for marketing. I've got to get this house. It's going to cost me $1,000 just to get it on the MLS for entry, even if it's entry only. I got to put some ads in the papers to try to drive people there. So you're really only trying to save 1.5% of the property, and you're gambling that it won't sell, because again, if the market keeps doing this and you're just doing what most of the other agents are doing out there that aren't selling anything, well, you're not doing anything. The market's just going down, and you're losing valuable time that you could be getting your home sold, getting the one you want to buy, and moving on. So the problem is, when it's time to do what's right, it's hard to do what's right. And when you have an agent like myself that comes in there and says, hey, here are the facts. Here's the prices of today's property. Here's where you need to be to get the home sold, and here's the commission we have to offer somebody to try to attract them to come over and show this. And here's what I'm going to do to get that done. Hopefully I told you enough that I've earned your business. That said, hey, listen, I understand what you're doing. It's probably better in your hands than mine. I just wanted to give it a shot. What I tell people, if you have to give it a shot, just put a death date on it. 30, 60 days, the maximum. You don't want to go any longer than that, because if it's not working in the first 30 days, it's not going to work. I mean, unless you're going to drop your pants and lower your price, that's the only way it's going to sell. And think of it yourself. If you're a buyer and you're going to go buy a home, say this is your first time home, why would you risk going to a for sale by owner where the chances of getting sued are so much higher, not knowing what you're doing, inspections and closings and stuff like that? Why would you go through that risk of buying that kind of house? There's only one reason that I can think of. It's money. Only if you're going to get it for a great price. And when you sell your home yourself, you're selling at wholesale values, as opposed to going with a realtor when you're selling at retail. So think of yourself this way. Do you want retail or wholesale? Let me give another example. You're going to go buy a watch. Let's say you're going to get a very nice watch. A very nice watch. It's going to cost around $2,000. Okay, you bought the watch. Okay, now you have to sell it. You said, geez, I have the watch, I don't like it, I want to sell it. If you want to bring it back to the store, you know, where are you going to find your buyer? You're going to find your buyer at a yard sale in your front yard, and if you do, what are they going to pay? Or are you going to find a buyer at the store paying retail? I mean, this is the situation. Who's going to go in there and look at a $2,000 watch at a yard sale? You know what they're going to offer you? $5. You know what I mean? And resale, at least you can have it at a jewel shop on concession. You might get $1,500 or $1,800 back out of the watch. That's the same thing with real estate. You want to pay wholesale or retail, sorry. So think of that yourself in terms of getting that done. I always say give an opinion from a realtor. They might show you some different route. If you decide to go on yourself, that's fine, but make sure you put a strong date that if it doesn't sell, you move with a realtor to get this home sold. 98% of the homes in this market are sold by realtors. Only 2% are for sale by owners. That's a true fact. So you want a 2% chance of selling your home or 98? I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.